Well, this is not what I wanted to do. I was hoping to have a victory lap video, but I was sure that we was going to pull this trap game off, but that's not the case. But instead, what's up, everybody? This is Jamerus58 Gilliam here, coming at you with a humble pie video. Let's give all due and credit to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Congratulations to the Buccaneers players, coaches, and fans for coming out with your sweepstakes against my Atlanta Falcons. I want to give a shout out to Spoken Reasons, aka JB. His channel is Bucs World. He's a big Buccaneers fan. I didn't know that until about a couple seasons ago. But I'm putting the first matchup in the, his keys of victories and stuff like that inside the links of description, and you'll know who I'm talking about if you don't know who Spoken Reasons is. And I also put in the highlights of that game, of the Buccaneers at Falcons game. A little bit of those NFL highlights. So, unlike the mainstream sports media that likes to talk about what went wrong for the team that they was rooting for, especially when they play against my Atlanta Falcons and they come up short and lose against them, they always want to talk about what was wrong with them instead of giving the props and the respect for the Falcons. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, I will address that, but I want to talk about what went right for the Buccaneers and how they came up with a victory. Their opening drive, that was a bold act from Bruce Arians' part. Nothing but pass plays. All 13 plays for 75 yards. Pass play, pass play, pass play. You featuring Chris Godwin here and there. That was a bold move. And then, you ended up with a play action. I didn't know that play action was just so effective when the entire drive you was doing nothing but pass plays. Yeah, that was a big highlight to me throughout that whole game in Tampa Bay's favor. You opened the drive with nothing but pass plays. You dink and dunk here and there. It wasn't nothing special. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't fancy, but it was effective. You moved the chains, and you scored a touchdown. Plain and simple. That was the highlights of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Defensively, well, 5 sacks. That's all I have to say about that. Matt Ryan was throwing interceptions here and there, and when he's not throwing interceptions, he's getting hit, he's getting sacked. And that was 5 times. I'm only going to put, I'm going to put 2 on Matt Ryan. Those 2 sacks, one of those sacks, and Ndamukong Suh's second sack on Matt Ryan, I'm going to put that on Matt Ryan because you could have dumped it off to Mike Davis, who was on the flat, gotten rid of it. You wouldn't have been sacked. That one I'm going to put on I'm going to put on Matt Ryan. The other sack, he eluded one pressure. He got outside. He could have thrown it away, but instead he took the sack. I appreciate Matt Ryan's effort to try to extend the play, but he knows it. Everybody else and their mama knows it. You are not a mobile QB. When you break away from a would-be tackler to bring you down for a sack. If you don't find an open receiver after that, your best bet is to throw it away or or find that open lane and run as fast as you can and tuck that ball into your shoulder pad, in the breastplate of your shoulder pads, and go down. Protect that ball. But instead, you got sacked. So those are the 2 out of the 5 sacks that I will blame Matt Ryan on. The other 3, oh my goodness, Jalen Mayfield. We need to do some soul searching again. Week 2, you had to go through some growing pain. Now we was at week 13. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? How you let Vita Vea beat you like that? And you had a little chip help from Jake Matthews. You had a chip help from Jake Matthews. You could have kept your footing. What happened, dude? I don't know. Was it the technique? I'm not sure what was going on. And then, but all due credit to the Buccaneers defense. I want to talk about Shaq Barrett, number 58. It was brought to the attention by Jonathan Vilma. If he didn't hold on to Cordell Patterson's thigh and bring him down, if it wasn't for that tackle, he would have broke one for a touchdown. We would have saw Scordell Patterson. It was a play. You're not going to see it in the highlights. I watched it live. Game. And it's just something that great defenses don't get. Is, when you have great defenses like that, they tend to get overshadowed by great play from the offense. This is an offensive favored league. So, and finally, let's speak on some bright sides of the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons' opening drive ended with a touchdown, 17-yard rush by Mike Davis. That was pretty good. I like that. It's been, 14 games in a row or 13 games? It was 14 games in a row that the Atlanta Falcons didn't score a touchdown on their opening drive. They kept relying on Younghoe Koo or had to punt it away. Not that time. And the Falcons did it against the defending Super Bowl champions of all teams. That's something to think about. That's something to think about moving forward. And another bright side that I want to think of off the top of my head was this 3-yard pick six by Marlon Davidson. You picked off Brady. Your first career interception ended up going back for a pick six. There are many, many defensive backs who didn't even get not one interception on Tom Brady. So that alone is impressive. Despite the fact that our defense didn't come away with any sacks, we did play 11 to the ball, like I suggested we should do in our logistics. That's why Leonard Fournette wasn't making too much noise against us. So congratulations, Buccaneers. Falcons tighten up. We got Carolina next. Number 58 out.